Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to another episode of Viewer Emails. And it's quite strange because, I make these fuckers. They're not like pancakes. I churn them out when I feel like fucking churning them out. And it's been, I had a bit of a break from Viewer Emails. Then all of a sudden, I made a video yesterday and I'm making one today. And it's just how I feel. I make what I fucking feel like. And if I want to make another viewer email, to fuck with it, I'll do it. And before we go on, I'd just like to say a very special thank you to my good friend, Johnny Jarzen. And he's a really cool fucker from Vegas. And he runs a business called Red Line Design and Printing. Take it to the line with Johnny Jarzen at Red Line. And he's in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he's a quality printer. He does all sorts of design and printing type work. And he's got some really high-class clients. And I'm going to put a link in my description to this video here. And if you need printing work done and you're in Vegas or you're near Nevada, please contact Johnny Jarzen. He's a huge fan. And Johnny sent me fucking donations all the time. He just fixed me $50, $50 here, $50 there. And he's never asked for anything. And I'm kind of, I just love Johnny. Johnny's such a cool dude. And I just want to promote his business a bit. It's Red Line Design and Printing. Take it to the line with Johnny Jarzen from Red Line. And he's in Charleston Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada. And he's just a quality guy. I love Johnny. And Johnny sent me a gift. And I was going to do an on-air opening, but I fucking... I couldn't resist. I had to have a fucking sip last night. It's Johnny Walker Platinum. Johnny Walker Platinum. And it's in a fantastic... I was in Bangers. I was broke. I wanted to fucking get one of these duty-free, but I was just broke. I couldn't even... So Johnny has sent me this, and let's have a look. So this is the 18-year-old Johnny Walker Platinum. You'd have to send Johnny Walker if your name was Johnny Jarzen. I mean, hey, it's just how it goes. And I love my single malts, but a quality blended Scotch is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So let's do a testing, okay? Let's do a testing. It's got a great type of pourer in it. So here we go. I'll just pour some in. Oops, that's enough, Archie. This is gold, Archie. Don't spill it. And Johnny Walker, Platinum label, 18 years old, private blend. And thank you so much, Johnny. I love you. I love you to death. That's Johnny Jarzen I'm referring to, not Johnny Walker. I'll put that lid on there. What a cool box. Now let's do a sampling. That's a nice Scotch. That's a nice Scotch. Johnny Jarzen, I love you to death. So let's go into the viewer mailbag there. Now let's go. Okay, here we go. I sent the email below about a month ago and I PayPal'd a donation, but I haven't heard anything back. I've been watching your backlog of videos and I'm learning a lot. I'm not 100% sold on starting my collection with a second-hand watch, but I'm getting there. Obviously the value is there, but you don't get the Pulp Fiction effect of handing something down that has always been under the family name. I have definitely decided to start my collection with a Rolex. I live in Miami, but I am taking a trip to California tomorrow, and I'll stop at your recommended watch dealer. That might be the deciding factor in starting my collection second-hand. If I do second-hand, what watch should I get with a budget of no more than $10,000? Next, I want a fuck-off watch, and that'll definitely be second-hand with a budget of $18,000. What makes sense after having an everyday Rolex? Keep up the good work. My wife has started eavesdropping. Arch. And he sent me an email. Now, I gotta say, this is Mr. V. And I gotta say, if you want to buy second-hand, I really recommend Jewelers on Time. They're great. But let's have a look at this. If you want to buy something new, you got to get something that doesn't lose all its value so quick. Now, if you're buying brand new, you got to get a model that doesn't take the huge depreciation. So my advice to you want to buy new, $10,000 mark, buy a brand new steel Rolex Daytona. Do not get the two-tone. That is a fucking dog as far as retained value goes. Get the steel Daytona. The next thing is, if you bought a Rolex sub new, yeah, you'll lose a little bit, but it's not that bad. The new GMT ceramics, you'll do okay. Any Rolex Sports in steel is not too bad to buy new. Personally, I'd buy used. Now, because I say this, because if you were buying if you said to me, I want a chronograph, what do you recommend? I would say if you're buying new, you buy the Daytona, steel Daytona. But I wouldn't buy a fucking Breguet Type 20 new. My Breguet, I paid $5,000 for. Boxed papers, beautiful, nice piece. That's what you got to do. You got to decide. If you're buying new, you got to get pieces that retain the value, not lose money. You can't flush the money down the fucking drain. It's a fucking waste. Next viewer email. About a year ago, I bought a Hublot Big Bang 18-karat ceramic, and more recently, I bought a Breitling for Bentley GMT. I was wondering what my next watch should be. I like brands like Richard Mille, Roger Dubious. My question is, do you have a suggestion for my next and most expensive watch to date? Man, I hate Hublots. I hate Breitlings. But for you, with that ego, there's only one brand I'd honestly say you should get. You should get a Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore. It's going to go with your ego. Okay. Next viewer email. This is from my good friend Greg. Now, Greg is a great friend there. I love this platinum scotch. Greg recently, if I manage to fucking put the video together with the pictures, I'll put some pictures of Greg's watch. But Greg recently bought a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand GMT. He wanted the date, but he got a better deal on the GMT. And I said, go for the GMT. Nothing wrong with the GMT. And he asked me, what strap do I recommend? And I told him that on my Reverso, I've done this strip, the whole thing, I've got a Rios, R-I-O-S, it's a German strap. And I bought it on eBay, and I told him that it uses a slightly different buckle width. It uses the original Jaeger-LeCoultre strap uses a 20/18, whereas the Rice uses a 20/16, and I prefer the look of the 20/16. And I explained it to my good friend Greg, and he's going to buy one. But he's a cool fucker. Thanks very much, Arch. I just ordered the rail strap in 20/16. I'm not that keen on the deployment. This is the Jaeger LeCoultre standard deployment buckle, because I said I didn't like it. Yeah, it's okay, but it just fucked me off, this deployment thing. Although it wears pretty comfortably, I have to say my Patek rubber strap, he's got the Aquanaut, is the most comfortable strap I've ever worn. Much more so than the no-date Rolex sub bracelet. Just get to bed now. I'll look into getting the strap tool in the morning. Regards, Greg. And Greg, my good friends at Esslinger. Esslinger.com. They have a full range of tools, and they have got something to help you take that strap off your Reverso. Nice scotch. And let's have a look here. So what else has come in the mail bag? Just having a look. Let's have a look. We've got Greg. We've spoken about Greg. Greg's a cool guy. I gave him advice before about getting the Aquanaut. He was selling some high-end audio gear. And lovely guy, Greg. I really, really do love it. And Greg was saying, I suppose the basic options are a Purist Gold dress watch, must be fuck off, VCPP Lange Breguet, a sporty active piece, preferably on a metal bracelet, Rolex, who else, chronograph, preferably in-house movement, something different and fun, Panerai or vintage maybe. And Greg's a great guy, I love him to death. He's a great fan there. And let's have a look here. Next, oh yeah, so this is a disgruntled punter. A disgruntled punter. You get these fuckers from time to time, Guff. They're never happy. I had some grief with the roller, Guff. Had some grief. I had some grief with a punter. And this punter here is Fernando. And Fernando says to me, "Hi Arch, hope you're well. Your last video got me thinking about titanium watches. I prefer titanium because it's very light and I don't really like heavy watches, which is why I seem to stay away from stainless steel, especially with steel bracelets. What are your recommendations for titanium dress and titanium sports? If any, keep my name anonymous if you use this for your your viewer email section." Okay, Fernando sorry, Fernando, hey. Hey Arch, haven't gotten advice for this, and I sent some funds via PayPal. I just saw your recent vids. Pateks aren't for everyone. I definitely don't think I will baby a watch, so great vid. Okay, Fernando, look mate. Fernando, titanium sucks. It sucks. I hate titanium. Steel or gold or platinum, that's it. Titanium's a pussy metal, it's fucked. Oh yes, I got a disgruntled punter. I've got another disgruntled punter. I love that scotch. Look at it, it's a fucking good scotch. It's beautiful. And this is from Norman Pinto. Hello Archie, hi. I thought I'd show you my Rado Golden Saber from 1977. That's in really good condition, which I'm looking to sell. Only the crown is missing. I'm looking for a buyer for this watch and I was wondering how much it would fetch. Do you have any idea? I didn't find any Rados on your site, so I'm guessing you either don't deal in Rados or don't have any for sale. In case you don't deal with them, could you please point me to a place where I could find a buyer? But do tell me how much I could get for this. Thank you, Norman. And I said to Norman, Gaffner, I said, Norman, I deal in luxury watches, not pieces of shit. And Norman came back. He came back to me. He said to me, then go fuck yourself, you nameless son of a bitch. Fuck you, Norman. I'm Archie Luxury. This has been Viewer Emails. Please keep the scotch coming. I love a good scotch. This is Viewer Emails, and it's the 7th It's the 7th of July. It's Sunday the 7th of July. And thank you, Johnny Jarzen. See you later. Nice one, Archie. Those disgruntled punters can fuck right off.
We specialize in the repair of Rolex and Patek Philippe watches. We've been doing the same thing for more than 25 years. We have Rolex technicians certified by Rolex who actually used to work for the company for many years, like if we're doing the work on the factory. We completely disassemble the watch and we put it to work like brand new condition. When you get the pre-owned watch, it's like if you're getting a brand new unit. The only difference is the money. We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.